In order for your staff to participate in training, you may require certain documents, policies, or handbooks be read and acknowledged. In MINT TMS, you can make these documents available to your instructors and trainees to read and sign, saving your training department time and boosting efficiency. As an administrator, you can create read and sign workflows in MINT TMS Web within minutes. In this video, we're going to show you how. To save time, this video will only cover building the automation structure in TMS Web. Before starting on those steps, you must complete the following preconditions. 1. Have a record item created with a file or URL property to hold the document for read and sign, for example, an employee handbook. 2. Create a resource record item property set. Each set element will represent a workflow status. In our example, we'll use a provided to read, and it read and acknowledged. 3. Create and activate a resource record item property for the statuses and define the first status, provided to read, as the default value for the resource record item property. The workflow won't trigger until the property has that value. 4. Assign a resource to the record item. For example, employee handbook. Once the workflow elements are set up and resources are assigned to the record item, it's now time to log into MINT TMS Web to create a new workflow. In the left-hand menu, click the Automation tab, then click Create a new automation. Then, we're going to configure the automation properties. Let's name the whole automation Read and Sign Workflow. Let's also set the top organization node for who can access this automation configuration. Then, we're going to select the Read and Sign Workflow Statuses property using the Status Set dropdown. Keep in mind that once you select Save and Activate Automation, you will not be able to change this property set. Under the list of statuses, you'll find all the elements for the property set you created earlier. Let's double-click on the first status to be used in our workflow. In our case, it's the Provided to Read status. Once we fill out the necessary properties for this status, let's create a transition between automation start and provided to read. To let the resources know that a workflow is assigned to them, we need to toggle on Send Notification, Send Email, and Send to Workflow Item Resource. Next, fill out the message subject and message body. Now, let's add the next status and fill out the needed automation properties. Then, we're going to create a transition between the two statuses. Once the assigned resource read the document and confirmed that they read and acknowledged it, we want to send them a notification about the successful completion of the task. To do so, select the Read and Acknowledged transition, and configure the transition properties the same way we did in the Provided to Read transition. Don't forget to also enable the completion section for the final transition and define a final status visible days value that is greater than 0, so that the workflow shows up in the assignees table. We have now successfully finished building the automation, but don't forget that the automation will not trigger until it's activated. With that being said, the only thing left to do is to click Save and activate automation. The assigned resources should now be notified that they have a workflow assigned. And that's how to create a read and sign workflow in MINT TMS Web. For more information about the read and sign workflow, visit your MINT manual.